Let's just do a quick test of our system, so things we already know. But instead of having this static text, we're just going to use some interpolations and put in some text that's coming from our data, right? So instead of typing text up here, we're just going to create real quick an H4, and we're just going to do two of those. So interpolation, let's call it title. And we're going to create one more after this, and we're just going to use a paragraph tag and interpolation like this. Well, let's wait with this, and start with this one. So down in our export is in my app view right now. I'm working, so in the top level. And this is how my data looks now. Now this might look a little bit different depending on if you're remembering the one you just created, where we imported our view into my HTML. So you would probably remember something like this, so like that, and then you would do this and type it in. But when we're using this, what's it called, the components here, so let's go up here. It's actually stating here, data must be a function. So whenever we're using the actual CLI, the actual project for Vue, whenever we're storing data in the object, in the this one up here, we actually need to create it as a function. So this is what you remember, but this is basically what we need to do now for the system to be better at understanding it and everything works as it should be. So we need to have, again, this is just two different, they are writing function. I'm just too lazy, I don't want to print it out. But data, function, parentheses, and then we return like you would with a normal function. When we want to use something, we return it so we can use it. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to return a title because that's what we want to use up here. So take here, instead of the two slashes, just write title and just write out a string that says something, your first title string from data stuff, right? Save, hopefully it works, go to your browser. And now you can see it's printing this out in an H4. Whee! That's cool. So what else did we do in our previous lectures? We actually also created methods. So how are they created compared to before? It's very similar. It's the same. So methods with an S, and then you have your object, and in here you create whatever you want. So let's just create the greetings one again, right? Greetings. And we want this to be a function. Why did it not complete it for me? Function like that, and this, and then, and we're also going to return something here, and that's gonna be pizza time. I'm apparently hungry, so it's almost lunchtime, so that's why. Pizza time, much cheese. Cool. Oops, up here, let's just delete. I hit some random key that I shouldn't. But now I have a method down here called greetings. It's going to return something, so now I need to print it out inside my paragraphs here. So let's do this. So double curly brackets with interpolation and the name of the function, greetings. Yes, and remember the curly bracket. So let's see if this one works and prints out. And as you can see, we're now printing out here from the data object here, we're printing out the title, and we're also printing out the information from our methods here. So right now we're having our standard things like we did in the previous one. If you want to do everything we did in a couple of last projects, you definitely can. It's just small changes you need to do to make it work. You can't copy it one-to-one here. You need to make a few changes for everything to work. But that's kind of just the first thing I want to show you, that small changes like this is kind of what we go from when we're importing Vue into a project, or the entire project is Vue. So hopefully that makes sense, but let's continue in the next video.